All right, shalom, shalom. Mr. Brother Mawal coming to you again out in the highway and the byway, bringing on this gospel of truth to edify the hopefully elect of Yahshua, Israel, so-called blacks and the Americans and Latinos, to warn the 2/3 of our people that have their head up the so-called white man's ass, Esau the Edomite, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And it's always a pleasure that Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, know this. The Lord, Yahweh Shai, is going to destroy your wicked pedophilia oppressing kingdom. Before we get started, let's learn to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, to the apostle of great most soul, likewise, what is spoken of the truth. Faithfully, fearlessly, feeding the sheep of the brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. Hot day, I guess time has changed, so basically, kind of a little off right now because, it is like that. But let's open up. Let's talk about these hard-headed jakes that, they get the nerve to come on brothers' channels and post comments, emojis with laughing faces, laugh my fucking ass off, type thing. And let me let you know, you're not impressing us. Okay, this is expected. This is the book of 2 Peter 3, starting verse 3 reads, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Okay, so here it is, because Esau is still providing welfare for you doggone passive-aggressive jakes. Because right now, you're not hearing in the news about so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and blacks getting grabbed up by ICE because they have you distracted with what's going on over there, in Iran. Okay, don't think for a minute, okay, that these judgments are not upon the children of Israel. That Jacob's trouble is not here. Jacob's trouble is here. Okay, it's just that you scoffers, with your head up your little tiny fucking asses, you don't research like we do. You don't go into articles. You don't go into the media. Okay, now we're not talking about the media that Esau sets up that shows you only the good side of what's taking place here in Great Babylon, America. Where they would lie about the economy. Yet so you've seen in all these cities across Great Babylon, America, so-called blacks, okay, even these Edomites are having a hard life. Laying on cardboard boxes, all drugged the hell out. Every time you look around, you see a doggone TikTok video or Instagram video, where an Edomite or a doggone Jake is talking, but they just got laid off. Okay? So clearly, because it hasn't happened to you, your sentence has not been given to you by Yahweh Shai, who the word ignorantly called God and Jesus. You feel proud. You feel proud to come against man. Let me tell you something here. None of the brothers out here are asking you people for anything. We're not asking you for donation. Most of us are probably way better off than any of you doggone scoffers out there. Okay? Who are debt-ridden. Alright? But you proud. There you are. You have the men of the Lord that are putting their lives on the line to go out on the highway and the byway on this unicorn, taking time, on some brothers more than others, especially like the elder brothers, them who are, who the Lord, the Mashiach gifted with a lot of the knowledge, who've been doing this for like 15 or more years, okay, putting on 3, 4, 5 videos a day, okay? 4 or 5 videos a day. Why? Let's go into, let's talk about why. Let me tell you what our job is, because see, you don't understand this, okay? And roughly paraphrasing here, the Mashiach made it very clear. If you love me, feed my sheep. Who are his sheep? It's not all of you. It's not all Hebrew Israelites. It's not every Negro, every Spic, every Latino, every doggone Native America or American. Okay? It's not. It's an exclusive a set of jakes that the Lord, Yahweh Shai, has given to his son, the Hamashiach. Reads here, it goes, Hamashiach answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name. When we come out here, we don't do the work in our name. When we open up, what the first thing we give all glory and honor to? Who? Yahweh, the Most High, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, we go through the Mashiach. Okay, because he's the one, he's the Redeemer, he's the Messiah, he's the one. Okay, that is speaking to the Father on our behalf. He's the one he's the one that's representing us. He's like our lawyer, basically, you know, because we're guilty of disobedience, man. None of us. The Lord don't need none of us. That is a clear fact. He don't need me. He don't need the elders. He don't need the apostles. He don't need nobody that's standing out and doing this work. We're not doing the Lord a favor, okay? So we don't come out here in our name. We don't come out here in fear. We're not coming out here with no collection plate trying to collect money from you people. You people don't even have enough for your damn selves. And sooner or later, whatever the little you have, Esau is going to take that away. And we're going to go in the second address, okay, 16, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, Esau is going to take that shit away from you. So what are you proud about? Okay, it says, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep. As I said unto you, but my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So only those that the Mashiach has chosen. Okay, let me put it to you this way: the greatest fear of all of us is that the Spirit is taken away from us. The greatest fear of all of us is that we are rejected by the Mashiach. Okay, what he said? What does the scripture say? Many are called, few are chosen. Okay, so it's elite. Okay, I was watching this movie last night called War Machine, and it was about basically, you know, this group of ranger candidate, okay, airborne ranger candidates, trying to become airborne rangers. In the end, you know, they start out with what, maybe about 150. In the end, only 20 of them made it to the final part of the training, okay, or the selection process should be like that, because they don't train you, okay, when you go into these special forces. What they do is evaluate and see if you are worthy to get that tab, to get that Green Beret tab, or to get that airborne tab, or to get the Sapa tab, okay? They, you know, or to get the Navy SEAL tab, okay, or power, or those you know, sniper tab, you know, if you're going to be in recon in the Marines. So they're evaluating you. So the Lord gave his prophets the ability to go out, okay, with whatever ability we have, to go out in the highway and the byway and take it, okay, and demonstrate, okay, our loyalty and faith. Day in, day out. Sometimes you put videos up, you get 3 or 4 views. You might have spent 5 hours. A brother might have spent 5 hours to put that video together. It might not look that complicated, okay? But in your life, you know, different brothers have different lifestyle as far as, you know, their availability or busyness or whatever. Emotional things you might be struggling with, or physical things you might be struggling with. But nonetheless, okay, the job is plain and simple. It's to go out there, okay, when you're sitting in your room and making a video and not showing your face, or you have brothers who like to go live, and then you got brothers who like to do camp exclusively. Okay, but that's our job. So we are being evaluated. We are being evaluated. Okay, because it's the Lord only. The Lord demands the best. He's not looking for no one to be passive aggressive and half-assed. Okay, so it goes. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So we all the sheep, and then some of us became shepherds. Okay, became shepherds. It says, and I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. So bottom line is, if Esau, the God of this world, has been able to blind you into thinking the great Babylon America is going to move on forever, that this is just another bad economy, that right now, you know, all you have to do is get the Democratic president inside there. All you have to do is get, you know, somebody who's not, you know, hardcore like Trump inside there, someone who's not a warmonger like Trump inside there, and somehow your life is going to be better. And that is far from the truth. See, Great Babylon America, okay, is the central core of the Edomite Empire. Basically, it's the muscle of the Edomite Empire, okay? And then what they have the military component, which is America. You have the financial component, which is actually Great Britain, okay, which America is sprung from Great Britain. And then you have the religious component, which is basically the Roman Catholic Church out there in Rome, okay. So you have all of this, and you have all of this in place right here. This is the red horse of Revelation, of the book of Revelation, okay, that goes out to take peace from the earth. When you look at America and how America was founded, it was founded based on violence. Look at the genocidal incidents, okay, with the Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, so-called Seminole Indians. Look at the genocidal incidents taking place out there in South America, okay, with who they call Aztecs or Mayans, all right? Look at the genocidal incident taken with the so-called Negro, okay, or who they call African Americans right now, okay, who were brought over here on slave ship, packed in cans, packed on the bottom of the ships, the men, like sardines, while the women were on the top being raped, okay, and our children were being molested and sodomized, okay, by these doggone pedophilia, these pedophiles, man. And so you have a nation that's supposed to be the baddest ass nation, okay, that's being ruled by a bunch of doggone sodomite faggots. Your president, okay, is a sodomite. You're all sodomites. But see, that's what y'all like. See, that's what y'all like. Because, see, none of you dudes got balls, man. You drive around your truck, and your metal coffee and speed, you'll play that. But see, the Lord, that's why the Lord is going to put that spirit, okay, of a woman in you doggone man. Because y'all ain't men, man. Y'all ain't men. We're not impressed with y'all, man. There's nothing impressive, okay, about you cowards that walk around calling yourself doggone men. Everywhere you turn around and look, and you can see a fat chick, a big old obese chick, leading a pacified, passive-aggressive doggone man. He don't have no control over her. He doesn't have any control over his kids. He doesn't have any control over the animals in his house. They all rule over him. But he's very content about that. Huh? Look at that. See that? These people are in a spirit of mirth. So you will never apart if you are making and you are scoffing with your ignorant ass. You doggone so-called Latinos, you so-called Hispanic, you so-called niggas, you so-called Negroes, and you so-called Native Americans, and you scoffing. It's because you were never chosen. You're not a sheep. You don't hear the voice of Yahweh Shah, which is being spoken by his prophets that are out in the highway and the byway, boldly proclaiming this message. We don't stand here and act doleful. Do I look like I'm intimidated with these doggone people who are already dead? These people are dead and they don't even know it. You people are dead. Y'all are dead and y'all don't even know it. Y'all concerned about washing your dog's ass in this doggone little this business in the back of me here. Okay, if I flash this camera around, you see it's a dog place where they clean the dog's ass or whatever the case is. Y'all more concerned about that than understanding that this devil is building internment camps out here in El Paso, and he's going to round you up, you, your children, okay, you men and you women, and you men are going to just sit right there, okay, with your little dick shriveled up between your legs, and you're so scared, shitting on your damn self, as these doggone agents kick your door down and grab your doggone fat, chubby, obese wife and your damn kids and throw them in these internment camp. And you're not going to do a damn thing about it. You're not going to do anything about it. But if someone looks like you, try to correct you, you want to be scoffing. Okay? This isn't for y'all, man. Just keep going your way and die down the street, okay? May the Lord put you to doggone death. It says, my Father Yahweh, which gave them to me, is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. And then, of course, it said the Jews took up stones again to stone him. They want to stone him because they don't understand it. See, our people are really stupid. Okay? Our people are really stupid. When we tell you we are gods, or you're not a god. You're not a god. Why? Because Esau show you all in the movies what a god looks like. Stupid. Lowercase. God. The Mashiach told us of a God, but we will die like man. See, they don't listen to the second part. All they hear, you're a God. And see, you know what it comes down to? Is that Jake Sem don't like the fact that you have men like us, okay, who should have their head hanging down walk around in shame because you're a black man and you're nobody. What else we got to lose, man? Okay, if we're at the bottom, let me bring this out here. If I'm a black man, if I'm at the bottom here in Great Babylon, America, I'm considered the lowest shit. Everybody despises your ass. Okay? Everybody look down on you. Everybody wants to lay hands on you. Everybody wants to see you down and out of court. When a so-called Negro is laying on the ground and nasty and filthy and drugged up and laying on in such a destitute state, everybody looks at that and they're very happy about that. Why? It fits us. You so-called black men, you wear it well when you look like shit. You so-called Latinos who working your ass off 3, 4, 5, 10 jobs, okay, that suits you well. While some dumb fucking monkey, caveman, Edomite, okay, sit down in the air condition and you don't know a damn clue why he's there, what he's doing. All he knows is he's collecting a check and he's got a daggone title. But now you're seeing right now where they're losing their jobs because they ain't got no skill set. The elites of them know these daggone peasant crackers don't have no damn skill set. Okay? And they're losing their mind. I'll go into a lesson this week about that because nothing pleases me more, okay, than when I look at videos or a collection of videos and I see my enemies crying, sighing, they're unhappy and they're lamenting. It makes my day. I have energy like you wouldn't believe, okay, when I see these Edomites, okay, crying and sighing. When I see my people, the so-called blacks, the American Latinos, crying and sighing, I feel empathy for you. I do feel empathy for you. But if you're 2/3 not willing to listen, to learn, also Scripture told us, as we were told, pray not for these people. We're not going to pray for you. And we're gonna go into the situation that's going to take place here in Great Babylon, America, across this earth, but in particular Great Babylon, America, in which you people, you jakes, okay, you proud, broke ass, oppressed, okay, systematically oppressed, proud, stupid, useless, so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos and Hispanics. The shit you're going to experience here in Great Babylon, America. Okay? So they wanted to kill the Mashiach because, how dare you, dark-skinned man, say that you and the God of the Bible are the same. They didn't understand. Okay? They represent the same thing, righteousness. Okay? They have one mind. This is what you see in the ministry right here. The brothers have one mind. We in different location. Somehow, some inside camps, okay? Other brothers like myself doing the camp individually. It could be by choice or it could be simply your situation has it to where you're out here doing it individually. It makes no difference. Whether you're in a camp of 20 or you're a camp of 1, you're doing the work. The mission is still the same. Do the fucking work. You don't need to be there with 20 friggin' guys just standing up there thumbing your doggone nail and la la land, okay? Especially if you know how to preach. Go and do the damn work. That's our job. All right? So, bottom line is that y'all don't like it when men like us, people like me, especially us dark skinned, you know, y'all like to call us darkies or black, which is so fucking weird, okay? Because my t-shirt I have on is black, and my skin is significantly lighter than my t-shirt. All right? But that's okay. That's okay. Just like I ain't never seen a doggone white man either. All right? And I used to always make an offer. I'll pay anybody $100 or you $500 if you can bring me a white man. Because see, let's take a look at the color white first, right? But we won't go there. But what y'all don't like about us, it's not only the words which cut your ass and the fact that you have to you have to come correct. Meaning what? You have to get an order. You have to follow the dietary laws, the holy days. There's a certain way that we have to carry ourselves and walk. And yes, we are constantly tempted. What, you don't think we don't get tempted? Well, you think we all were born to go do this? Everybody can tell you they had something else that they was going to go do. Okay? we don't share our personal business, because this is not about glorifying ourselves. We don't go out there and tell you, oh, man, I used to have a portfolio with this and that, or I was this wealth management, or I was this guy that was, I was a CTO or CIO. Okay, and there's brothers with that type of background, but this ain't about us, and that's why you will always look at us as nothing, simple guys. You might think that we're desperate. That's why we pick up the Bible. No, we were ordained to pick up this scripture, and none of us have any regrets. I personally don't have any doggone regrets. I now have a reason to live, because out in Esau's world, I didn't have a reason to live. Okay, I didn't have a reason. I was always angry. I was never down for none of Esau's crap. I couldn't figure it out. Once I got waking up, everything made sense to me. I couldn't stop gobbling up this information. I couldn't stop reading scriptures and prepping up my notes, or watching the videos of the brothers there. I couldn't get enough of it. I still can't. Everything made sense. Now I know why I was lamenting so much. Now I know why I was so angry. You know that scripture that comes in and say, surely oppression maketh a wise man angry, and the gift destroyed the heart. Now I know. I was wise the entire time, but I didn't know. Now I know. Every judgment I got, I deserved it. And every judgment I'm gonna get, I deserve it. I did it. We gotta pay the price for everything, man. So you're not. So when you laugh, you should actually be ashamed of yourself, because the fact is that you weren't even chosen to be a sheep to him when he had his words. The Lord has angels that's blocking you. There's a reason why these cars will drive by, even though I got about 150 space in the back of me of parking space. How these cars drive by? Why? The Lord is not dealing with them. He doesn't warn them. Here you are in this proud little doggone little pissant, dusty ass town called El Paso. Okay, 95% exclusively. Or the population is Latinos and Hispanic. The proudest doggone hell. Boy, you would never see any more proud people than these fucking Mexicans out here, boy. Proud. What are you proud of? What the hell are you proud of? You go ask the average Edomite, and you say the word Mexican, and the first thing coming in their head, they picture is a big sombrero and some fucking doggone brown dude raking their yard or some shit like that. That's what they think about. All right? So what are you proud of? But the Lord's going to humble that spirit. This guy's going to humble Esau's spirit. He's going to humble your spirit. Let's go into the book of Romans. 3:3 says, for what? If some did not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of power without effect? Power forbid, let power be true, but every man a liar, as it is written. Okay, here's the deal. Everything that we talked about that was written in the scriptures is coming to pass. You have peace taken away from the earth by who y'all call the white man. Okay, we know he's Esau, the Edomite. All right, simultaneously as that's happening. Okay, I just looked at the price of gas. It's now out here in El Paso. It's now $3.29. That's the cheapest. $3.29. 3 weeks ago, that same price was $2.25. Okay? Now you tell me anybody that makes to get a dollar raise just like that. Do they turn around and raise the salaries as they raise the price of goods and services? No. So bottom line is that you will have a yo-yo effect in your life here in Great Babylon, America, in which one day you'll be able to afford food or afford certain things, and in the next couple of weeks you might not be able to afford it. And we don't know if this is a long-term thing, okay? But what we do know, okay, and I put up a video yesterday concerning, what was it? It was an Eve that was concerned about her son out there in Bahrain at the naval base out there. And the video I put up yesterday was concerning Jake's, okay, who aid and abet Esau in his conquest and domination, okay, of these other tribes on this earth in particular. And really I like to exclusively point out to the children of Israel. And I put a clip inside there concerning, okay, for that movie Boys to Men. Okay, when you put Jake's them in authority, aka law enforcement, for example, who are they impressing? Their own. They beat their own. They don't mind putting a gun in someone that looks like them in their face or beat them down. They'll assist these white boys in beating the hell out of someone that looks at them, because certainly as hell, okay? Now keep in mind, if you remember with Moses, you know, he slayed that Egyptian taskmaster, okay, for hurting one of his brethren, because Moses knew that he was a Jew. He knew that he was a Hebrew. He knew it, okay? So he had enough, and he put everything on the line to slay to save that brother. But you're not going to see that with these doggone. You're not going to see that with these jakes who get their agent job or their job, you know, wearing that uniform that they can go around and oppress their own people. You know, where they can get their little savings and their retirement. There's not going to be any retirement, and there's not going to be any retirement. I know a lot of jakes. You know, when I was trying to tell them about this truth, you know, who laughed at me, you know, mocked, and you know, they're looking to go for retirement in the military. Well, guess what? Right now, they're prepping to get deployed over there to Iran. And you've heard probably of, you know, certain sabotage that's taking place where the service members are intentionally sabotaging ships or doing certain things to prevent the order to go through. They're trying to basically delay the inevitable. Because deep down, if you serve in this man military, you knew damn well that the countries that the United States, Great Babylon America was fighting, could not defeat this nation. They didn't have the ability to. They were using RPGs, outdated weapons, slingshots. I mean, you couldn't. You didn't have. America now went against a country that had the ability to take out its allies from a far distance, or to hit a base from a far distance, or to shoot down one of its transportation planes, or sink one of its transportation ships that's going to bring or resupply, okay, the supply chain line, okay, to fight war. Because one of the biggest things you have to do, and I can tell you as a former logistics officer, okay, the biggest thing the thing that America military has an advantage over certain other nations is their logistics. If your logistics is not up to speed, you will not be able to sustain a war, because you need to be able to get supplies, ammunition, food, all kinds of things, okay, to continue that fight. All right? And unlike before, where you were able to fly a C-130 at, you know, 16,000 feet, 20,000 feet, 30,000 feet, you know, and supply a base, supply a forward operation, you know, base, or, you know, what it's called, FOB, supply an aircraft carrier. You didn't have to worry about those planes being shot down or even the ships being sunk, because Iraq did not have a fleet. Neither did Afghanistan, but Iran does. And when you talk about prophecy, we know that the Medes eventually are going to get involved in this, who are the so-called Russian and their allies. And when that happens, the casualty rate for the United States service members is going to be significant. And they will do their best to try to hide it, or they're going to lie. Okay? And I got a video concerning that those 6 GIs that came back in a casket. Okay? You know, and they'll go through the ceremony. They might even bury them at Arlington. You know, they ain't gonna be none of that. But I'll save that for the lesson there. Lord willing, get it out tomorrow. Okay? But it says, power forbid that power be true, but every man a liar, as it is written. Because it is written. It is written that this place is going to fall. There's going to be a lot of lamenting. It is written that you so-called black women, Latino women, Native American women, particularly you doggone so-called black women, okay, that you're going to lament. You're going to lament for the teats. You're going to lose your job. Okay? You're going to lose your benefits. And leading up to it, okay, this man has gotten into your head to the point to where, you know, especially when you put on that little long nails and that weave from them doggone gooks, you know, somehow y'all think y'all are too good. Y'all are putting standards out there for man to meet. When you yourself can't meet the standard of the average Jake, okay, who prefer a woman that's under 300 pounds. And the thing about it is that Eve them, you know, in their disobedience and out of order, and being out of order, they're mammoth. They're obese. They got a bunch of kids. They open their legs or anything. Okay, they're loose. And the Lord has put the spirit in men right now to ignore your ass. They don't even look at you. He's taking a lust spirit out of a lot of men. Because the only reason why a guy would want to really spend some money on you and take you out and wine and dine you is because he really wants to fuck you. And that's just the way it is. But if a man doesn't feel like fucking you, he has low libido, or he just doesn't have lust for you, why would he want to waste his money on you? He has no interest in you. He'll go, hi, how you doing? Other than that, he's going to go about his doggone business. And you can, and Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, used Esau to put these GMO foods out there that has, for the last maybe 20, 30 years, worked on the genetics of a lot of jakes. So, whereas a lot of jakes, you know, had high testosterone and, you know, very fertile and, you know, just want to, you know, do things like that. A lot of jake men are impotent, not important. Okay, now we are important, but I'm talking about impotent. A lot of jake men are actually impotent, meaning what? They can't get their noodle up, man. And I'm talking about young dudes, man, can't get their noodle up. They don't have no sexual desire. They've killed the libido or the urge, the sexual urges of man through the food. And that's the Lord Yahweh Shemashai doing that because that's for a particular reason. Now the men of the Lord don't have that. The men of the Lord, okay, our libido is up to speed, man. Okay, it's up to speed. Why? Because the Lord is preparing us, okay, for when we have an abundance of pussy coming our way, which is going to be a whole lot of damn women. Okay, and it ain't gonna be exclusive like black women and Latino women. We can have, it's gonna be like women that you always want to get your hands on, Persian bitches, all kinds. All right, but that's a reward that the Mashiach is going to give to his men. That's a reward. All right. So it's been written. If you women, you're gonna really be catching hell. Okay? It ain't gonna matter if a guy is like short and he's got buck teeth and he's ugly and all that stuff like that. That's not gonna matter. If he's a man of the Lord, you're gonna be lining up. Okay? Lining up to be a part of his harem. Alright? You can be lining up. Alright? And like the elder apostle always say, we're gonna have the choice of the creme of the creme. Okay? Woo. All right? And every brother has a particular kind of woman that he attracts to. Me, myself, personally, I like athletic looking women. Okay? So if you're a chunky, chubby, nah, not really. You know, there's always a brother out there for your ass like that, but I like athletic women. All right? So we tell you that stuff. But you don't like to hear that because, like, who the hell you niggas think you are? Okay? And see, it comes down to this is, what it really comes down to is that they really want the so-called black man, Latino man, to keep their head hanging down. That way they can have the control. Okay? They want you to have your head down so they can have control. You know the greatest fear? The greatest fear, okay, of the damn devil, so-called white man Esau. You know, you should probably hear in the 80s, for those of you who are old enough, you probably should. If you watch a show called A Different World with Kadeem Hardison and Jasmine Guy, you know, they would have, you know, this is like exclusive back in the 1990s. You know, this is when you still had, you know, a separation of culture. Okay, before it's been merged into this soup shit, this cauldron of shit that they have right now. Okay. You had them. You'd have you know, these characters like Kadeem Hardison, they kind of was like that Farrakhan kind of character, like that. I don't want to say Black Panther type of way. They you know, because they really pushed that we came from Africa. Yeah, so all the while that it was pushed that we came from Africa, which we did come from Africa, the continent itself. Okay. However, we are not Africans. We're not Hamites. But they was pushing it. They said that the greatest fear of the so-called white man is an educated black man. Wrong. The greatest fear of the devil, Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, is not an educated black man. Not educated to his college degrees and all that stuff. That you can go to Harvard, you can go to any Stanford, any of these schools and get a doggone bachelor's, master's, PhD. And guess what? I brought it out in many lessons that a Jake, or so-called black man, that go and get a degree from, say, Stanford or Harvard, one of these Ivy League schools or one of these top-tier schools, has the same chance of getting a job as a so-called dumbass white boy that goes to a friggin' doggone community college that nobody's ever heard of. Imagine that. Okay? So, that's not the answer. Here's what the answer is. Here's what the so-called white man fear the most. Okay? And we've gone into this actually several times. Actually, let me actually see if I can bring it out. Okay, let me see if I can. Let me bring it out exactly what he feared, what he's scared of. Okay, and it's not what you think. Okay, let me bring it out. This is Revelation 11. And starting verse 11 reads, "And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from power entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them." That fear is the awakening of the prophets, the awakening, okay, of the mighty men, the awakening of gods, okay? Because you people don't understand, we're gods. We are gods. Alright? That's the great fear of God's awakening. That is what these doggone parasitic, doggone, low level, low life, okay, sodomite, demonic elites that you people worship. That is what their fear is. Their fear is the gods have woken. Okay? The bread of life is in us. We know who we are. Okay? That is the fear right there. And because of that, you no longer have control. This pedophile, sodomite, doggone devil does not have any control over us anymore. Okay? Now he still has control over you doggone jakes that have not been awoken. Okay? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, "Come up hither." And they ascended into heaven, descended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So, not only are we awakened, and our job was being awakened and being the friend of the Mashiach, who has given us exclusive insight on what's to take place here on this earth, and particularly here in Great Babylon, America, what has become of this doggone Edomite empire, okay, starting with Great Babylon, America. That is the fear. That is the fear. This education don't mean anything. Think about it. This man called us black when our skin is clearly brown. He calls himself white when clearly he's a pink reddish color. So, how is this education system can benefit you, Jake, when this man don't even know color? Something as simple as black and white, this man does not know. And neither do these people. These people are driving around in their car, in their metal coffin, these pathetic losers, okay, who have no clue that they're already dead, okay? Probably looking and gawking and going, look at that doggone black man, always standing up there with these signs, talking to himself. Okay? But see, this is why that's the fear right there. And see, because of the fact that we have stood on our feet, you Hebrew Israelites, you doggone passive, okay, unworthy cowards, you liars, you blasphemers, you unbelievers, you idolaters, you feminized men, okay? You hate it. Because we don't play ball. We don't play ball with the devil. And you don't like it. You don't like it because we don't play ball. You're scared. Because there's consequences when you don't play ball with the devil. As we see what's taking place in Iran. Now, we already know Esau is going to come after us. I don't try to hide a damn doggone thing. I look right in the doggone camera every week and tell these crackers, doggone side with these kikes on this doggone chat, on this post that I created. Okay? You're not the doggone true biblical Hebrew Israelite. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah is going to destroy the state of Israel. So this is a good thing that you have started a war with the Persians. They can jack your ass up good. Alright? We're not going to bow the knees to you. Lord willing. We're those men that will not bow down to Baal. Okay? And Mashiach made it very clear. Okay? Stand your ground, even if it costs you your life, and I will give you a crown of life. So at the end of the doggone day, I'd rather get my motherfucking head chopped the fuck off than to bow down to the white man. And that's just as simple as it is. And I'm saying it right in the fucking camera. Alright? You didn't jack our lie. You didn't do everything you need to do to us, man. You fucking passive aggressive doggone demon. Alright? Y'all know exactly who we talking about. Need I remind you doggone again. Okay? Here you are. Right there. Right there. See? Right there. If you're an old dusty fucking cracker on this, you Bilderbergs, you doggone, what do you call yourself? Soros and all you doggone kikes on this. Okay? Y'all are behind the slave trade. Y'all are behind every sorrow that we're experiencing. You have a bad back, it's them. Alright? We're not hiding it. A crown of life. To lose your doggone life, okay, in a world that despises you. It's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation. All right? Every day you wake up with pains and aches and I gotta cover my face off the doggone time. There's so much dust in this little dusty ass little doggone town. You know, and there's many times I think about moving from here, man. Let's go into the book of Proverbs. This is Proverbs 1, starting with verse 21. It reads, with verse 20 it reads, wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the street. She cried concourse in the openings of the gates, the city she uttered her word saying, how long, you simple ones? How long, you Latinos? How long, you Hispanics? How long, you doggone Negroes or you so-called African Americans? You so-called Caribbean Americans or whatever the hell you are from the Caribbean, you Jamaicans, Bahamians, Haitians. How long, you doggone Native Americans? How long, you simple, retarded, proud, wicked children of the Most High, will you love simplicity? Ye love simplicity. Okay? Accepting your corporate name, accepting your byword. This man talk any damn shit. You don't open up the scriptures to talk back and correct his ass. Okay, you hate correction. You people don't even need to stand the hell up out there. All y'all do is y'all go there and y'all go march. No kings, no whatever. Because y'all are being paid. If you feel that way about your brothers and sisters that are being incarcerated in those internment camps, you'd be angry daily. You'd be talking about it all the time. We talk about it all the time. We talk about the oppression. We stand up against this doggone devil. We don't accept his byword. And we don't accept, okay, his lies. We speak against it. Okay? It says, turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out. Salaki, it says, along these simple ones who love simplicity, and the scorn is delight, and they're scorning, and fools hate knowledge. You hate knowledge. The knowledge is that you are the children of Israel. The knowledge is that the mark of the beast is going to be here, but it's not going to be as straightforward as you think. It's going to come with a whole lot. In fact, a lot of you doggone jakes are not even going to survive. A lot of y'all are not even going to survive long enough to even accept it. Okay? The purge has already started. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour my spirit upon you, unto you. I will make known my words unto you. How is that? Hey, we all in the word, man. We all in a time where, man, first of all, I hated church. I always hated church. I never believe in that doggone cracker fucking picture on the wall anyways. And I wasn't putting no collection in no damn plate with some clown sweating up on the stage, running off, going, every doggone week, some old friggin' doggone bitch, old nigga bitch, friggin' doggone on the ground, you know, and they think she's speaking in tongues and, you know, and all this other, and church is like 8-9 hours, man. I'm fucking hungry. So they would give me money to put in the collection plate. And I used to go straight to the video game room, stay there for 8 hours, and then come back home. Alright? I never bought into that bullshit, man. Never. I didn't learn anything. It was bullshit. Time wasting bullshit. And you see that right now to this doggone day, because I can do an experiment right now. I can create an alternative channel on YouTube that I don't preach. I don't open the Bible. I don't do anything. All I do is I just talk about what I experience in life or what I see out there. Just talk out of your ass. And I can guarantee you that I would get thousands upon thousands of views and thousands upon thousands of subscribers. Why? Because people like to hear shit. You know what proved that? The fact that Dave Chappelle can make $100 million standing up talking shit. Chris Rock can make $300 million standing up talking shit. So that tells you the mindset of people is that they like to hear foolishness. But when it comes to knowledge, see, this stuff to the Jake is very boring. Because what we're telling you is this: you can't eat pig anymore. You can't just eat any fish you want anymore. You gotta remember the holy days, the days of the Sabbath. There's certain things that you don't do. Okay? You can't go around, and even though a damn woman want to throw that snatch at you, she's got a man, she's married. You can't go and go, damn, you know, I can go hit that, you know. And believe me, boy, you better believe that you get tempted in this ministry, in this truth, in this faith. Okay, with those kind of things, compared to like before you got into the ministry or before you were awakened. You didn't get those options in front of you like that. But boy, those options come heavy in front of you right now. Okay? And the one thing, when you do this enough, you build something called confidence. You're not camera shy. You know, you're not shy to talk. So when you speak with authority, which is very alluring and very attractive to these women because they can see the confidence in you. And that's what you see in the man of the Lord, is that we speak with confidence. Okay? And in your everyday walk and talk, you speak with that kind of confidence. They can tell there's something different about you, which is the reason why you find these type of women, these whores, will be attracted to you. And you have to remember what? The laws. What did the law say? Okay? You can't lie down with a doggone married woman because boy, they all can be put to death. Okay? Plain and simple. It's just that simple. It says, because I've called and ye refused, I stretch my hand, and no man regarded, but ye have set not all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fair cometh. So there it is. So who's going to get a second? Who's going to get that laughter? Okay, the prophets are going to get that laughter. The prophets are going to get that laughter because bottom line is this: when you have the prophets out in the highway and the byway, okay, speaking about the things that is going to take place, the tribulations, the hardships, the destruction of great Babylon, America, the fact that your enemy despises you, detests you, and hates you, and he's going to come into your house and raid it for food, substance, take away your shit from you. Your power looks like you, dark-skinned man. You are a special people, children of Israel. Okay, Yasharallah, Prince of the Power. You have to repent. All those things. Those are knowledge. Those are the gift of life that Yahweh Shema Shai give to us. There's a reason for it. We're a special people. So he says, what? I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. So, put a lesson out of the fact that the Lord comes as a thief, unexpectedly. Things are going to happen unexpectedly. Okay? It's going to happen unexpectedly. You people think that you're prepared. You really think that you're prepared. And that's haughty. And that's prideful. So you're depending on yourself. See, in our mind, constantly, I mean, we fight a war in our head. You know, you work out, you know, some of us, we have some training, other things. But at the end of the day, we always pray in our minds and our head out aloud. May the Lord guide me to making the right decision physically in this flesh and protect me. We can need it. Okay, we always ask for powers. I dream like I can fly and do all kinds of stuff in my sleep. I have telekinesis, super strength, all kinds of stuff, man. I've been dreaming those things for like 30 years. Is it a foreshadow of something I may be able to do in the real world when the time comes? So is the Lord going to grant me those powers? Maybe to defend children, women, other men, his sheep. On a small scale, of course. Obviously, we can't take the glory from Yahweh Shai. He's going to return, and he's going to destroy Esau. But Jesus stressing these things are going to come onto you right now. Y'all don't believe it, but it's going to happen. He says, then shall they call upon me. Now you want to know the real name. Now you want to come out here and stop. Now you're looking, okay, for men that are dressed like this. In fact, y'all going to be looking for anybody, y'all going to be looking for anybody that looks similar to us. Even y'all going to even be looking for the t-shirt fringes, doggone Hebrew Israelite camps up there. Okay? And the Lord is going to put a lot of those camps down, particularly IUIC and those who are misleading, who's been bought out. He's going to make them the example. You pray, he makes them the example. The false prophets. But y'all going to be looking around. Y'all going to desire to see a billboard out here, small little billboard out here. Okay? Y'all going to be desired to see the bearded Jake out here. Y'all going to desire to see a man, a real man that can guide you, especially you women. And of course we like women. All right? Because your man that you have, these are not men. The Lord is going to kill them. They're going to be sitting there. I'm going to do another video to it like that, because seemingly you have to keep bringing it over and over and over. I don't think you doggone Latinos and Hispanics that are driving around thinking that you're free or you know what time it is. Understand the hell you're going to catch in those internment camps. You're not going to be given food to eat. You're not going to be given medicine. You are not going to be tended to and pampered like you think. Those are going to be dead camps. That's the reason why they're putting what do they call those things? When they burn your body, I forgot what they call those things. It's kind of similar to like cremation, basically cremation. They can be cremating bodies, but they throw your dead bodies or your sick bodies into these doggone fiery chambers that will burn at about 5,000 degrees and basically vaporize you. So you're gonna be smelling that. You're gonna be smelling that scent. You're gonna be smelling that burnt body. In some cases, they're gonna be putting jakes in there alive who are gonna be screaming. They might even sedate you and put you inside there. That's sedation. That sedative wears off after maybe 20 minutes, and you're standing up there, and you might have some God looking at you. I don't know. Maybe they didn't like you for whatever reason. Or it becomes a game to them when all hell breaks loose and nobody's supervising anything. They're going to be putting you inside these things and burning you. In fact, I'm going to make a video on that. I'm going to call it torture camps. Okay? In which they could be doing those things to you. They might put you alive. Okay? Burn your ass up. You're screaming. People can hear that scream. That's a fear. This is going to be why men are going to be like, this is why the Jake man is going to be like a woman, because you're going to hear news of this stuff. Hey, the law of the land is going to be gone, because once it becomes dictatorship, and what do you call it, when they have civil war, sedition amongst men, they never God in their king, and they enact that freaking doggone insurrection act, okay? Where you have an exclusive, where the president or the dictator has exclusive authority and becomes a police state, what they do in those internment camps is not going to matter. Nobody's coming to save you. They're going to be burning and torturing you in those chambers for the fun of it, just to hear you scream. They'll put you in there, they'll turn on for a second, you get burned all over your body, but you're still living. You're suffering pain. And that's going to become a game. I can just picture these sick, demented people doing that. I can just picture it. Okay? Continue on, it says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Too late, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shai. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof, making you fun, posting your LMF, whatever, laugh my ass off. You know, well, you think you hurting our feelings? Are you kidding? You think you hurting our feelings? You're not hurting our feelings. Are you kidding? Okay, we love it. It says, okay, because they choose, it says, for they hated knowledge, and they did not choose the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, let's close out with this. Because we've always said it to you this. It says, woe to the rebellious. This is Isaiah 30 and verse 1, where he's, woe to the rebellious children, because you are rebellious, said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, that take counsel, but not of me, not of the prophets, not of the men that are doing the work out here in the highway and the byway, on the unicorn and truth and sincerity, without fear. We don't get paid. Some brothers, they get like money from some of the viewers. The rest of us, we don't get no money. We don't get paid. And we're not asking you to pay us. I don't need you to send money to me. I don't need your money. Okay? And I cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked of my mouth, to strain themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's why this place is known as what? Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. This place is a shadow of death for us. Okay? This place is death. America is dead. Great Babylon, America is dead. This place is not our place of rest. Jake, wake up. Yasharala, wake up. Kwam Yasharala. Okay? So there it is right there. Okay? This is what we do. This is our job and our duty. Okay? It's to feed the elect sheep, or the hopefully elect, or to feed the sheep. Okay? Of the Mashiach. Clean and simple. All when the echoes of the Father, close, we can all go and on to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kamadash, Shalom.